Welcome to the Deal by Me podcast, where we ask guests to tell us your story and we put the spotlight on you. Hello there. This is Dr. James W. Smith, your host. We transform lives by encouraging and inspiring. Someone encouraged and inspired this host, a former lawyer, gambler, inmate, and his life was transformed. And he is now a retired pastor and currently a podcaster. The same can happen to you. Check out my website and see what I offer that can be encouraging, inspiring, and transforming for you. It may be a book or a virtual consultation. And while at the website, get a t shirt or cap that says encouraging, inspiring, and transforming. I'm available for speaking engagements, in person, and virtual seminars. Please contact me through my website, www.dealbyme.com. I have with me today Brandon Leibowitz, who runs and operates SEO Optimizers. SEO Optimizers is a digital marketing company that focuses on helping small and medium-sized businesses get more online traffic, which in turn converts into clients, sales, leads, etc. I have to admit that this is the first time I've had the opportunity to interview someone who is in the digital marketing business, but I'm grateful and thankful to have Brandon come and share with listeners today. Brandon, please share with us a little bit about yourself in as brief as you possibly can and where you have been interviewed from.
All right, my name is Brandon Leibowitz, and I've been involved with digital marketing since 2007, helping people get more traffic to their website using SEO, search engine optimization, doing social media marketing, helping out with paid ads, doing social media or doing email, and just trying to get people more traffic to their website. Been doing that since 2007 and just kind of fell into it. Got my degree in business marketing, and the first job I got out of school was helping a company out with their digital marketing. And after working there for a few months, just realizes this is the future. Everyone's probably going to have a website, and there's a lot of different ways to get traffic. But SEO is just a way to get free traffic. And over the years, worked at different advertising agencies, and before work, after work, and on my lunch break, I would work on my own company and built that up to where I was able to eventually quit my job and focus solely on this, and been doing that ever since.
Well, I must say, Brandon, you are sharing something that's new to me today, and I'm certain that's maybe new to some of our listeners of this podcast. So, uh, to tell us what some of the trends for digital marketings are, because people who are out there listening to this podcast may not know a lot about it. So, the more you can share uh, about it will be help to listeners.
Yeah, so SEO stands for search engine optimization, and that just means ranking websites on Google. When you search on Google, there's ads at the top. Those are all paid ads. Right below the ads are the organic, the free listings. And SEO is all about getting you listed in those free listings. There's 10 websites on that first page of Google. And we're just trying to get you up there. So when someone searches for your keywords, that you pop up and start capturing that traffic and bring them into your website.
Okay, now how you talk a lot about you building backlinks safely. What is that? And tell us a little bit about what that is. How do you build backlinks safely?
Well, you first start off with putting keywords in the website. So Google wants to see keywords on your website to figure out what your website's about. But unfortunately, Google doesn't really care what you put on the website because they just don't trust you. So you have to build trust up. And the way trust is by getting what are called backlinks, getting other websites to talk about you. The more websites that talk about you, the more trust Google's going to give to you, and the higher they're going to rank you. And what is a backlink? A backlink is a clickable link from another website that points to yours. So let's say you're reading an article in entrepreneur.com and there it says Brandon Leibowitz. You click on that, it goes to my website. I'd be getting a backlink from entrepreneur.com. So the more websites that talk about you, the more trust Google gives to you. And then they look at those keywords on your website. But it doesn't work the other way around. Without building backlinks, Google's not going to rank a website. And there's lots of different ways to build backlinks. The safest way is let's look at your competition. So use on that first page of Google for your keywords and throw them into different tools. You have to pay for these tools, but they'll show you any website's backlinks. The more popular ones would be like Ahrefs or Moz or SEMrush. And using these tools, you can see any website's backlinks, and one by one, you can start reaching out to those sites that are linking out to your competition. Because if your competitors are getting a backlink from these sites, they'd probably link to you. You just got to get creative and figure out what did they do? Did they do an article? Did they do an interview? Did they do a press release? Did they sponsor a trade show? And you can kind of reverse engineer their entire strategy.
Tell me, Brandon, why is it important for someone to, uh, do all of this that you are talking about? Uh, I know that you talked about increasing your website sales and leads. Is that really the real reason someone will want to do it?
Pretty much that's the main reason someone wants to do SEO is to get more traffic to their website. And hopefully that traffic becomes a client, a phone call, an email, or whatever that conversion goal is. But mainly it's to get more targeted traffic, more eyeballs on your content.
Okay. Now you've been doing this work for some time, since I believe you said 2017. And are you in business for yourself now, or are you working for someone else?
I've been doing it since 2007. And
Oh, 2007. I said 17. Okay.
yeah,
All
no,
right.
I've
I'm
been doing it
sorry.
since 2007 and quit my job probably like 5, 6 years ago. Do it all on my own.
Okay. Okay. Are you in this by yourself?
Yep. But I have a
Okay.
team to support me. Is
Okay. Okay. No, you're very interesting. I have to admit that this is the first time I've had anybody on my podcast who is in what I call digital marketing. It's fantastic. And I know there are some listeners who are perhaps very interested in what you're doing, some who may have their own websites, and, and who will perhaps be interested in just listening to this podcast. So I'm excited to have you share this information with me today. Uh, I do want to ask you this. My podcast is about encouraging, inspiring, and transforming. And that happened as a result of my ministry that I was did for too much short of 33 years. And just short of retiring, I wanted to do something that I thought would encourage, inspire, and hopefully transform lives. It was a continuation of my ministry. So everybody who comes on my podcast, I ask them, you know, what is it about what you do that you feel will encourage, inspire, and transform someone else? And I acknowledge that there may not be anybody who uh, is in this business who may be down, but it doesn't make any difference who you are. Some people do need encouraging. They feel like they can't do certain things. They feel like they may be interested in really promoting their social media to getting it to another level, but they just feel like they can't do it. What do you say to them?
Well, I say it all takes time and persistence, and as long as you keep building it up and building it up over time, you're gonna get that traction. But it takes time, and you gotta be persistent and not get discouraged, and maybe get like a mentor who's helped out a lot, helped me learn from their mistakes and learn from what's worked from them. That way, I could just grow much quicker. But definitely talking to others and getting other feedback is really, really beneficial. And just try to stay positive and learn from your mistakes and grow from them and just keep pushing forward because that's all you can do and not get discouraged and just keep pushing through. That's the main thing. Is just persistence is so very important.
Now, would this be for websites who are only interested in uh, getting sales or leads for what they're doing, or just some people just have websites just to have a website?
It's for whatever. If you just want traffic to your website, then we'll get you traffic to
Okay,
your website. But it doesn't
okay,
matter what your website's goal is. Most websites probably want some conversion, some sale, lead, an email address, something. So usually there's some end goal, but SEO is
hmm
really about getting traffic to your website. Once people
okay,
get to your website, that's a whole nother story of how do you get them to convert into a client, a sale, a lead. But if you're just looking for traffic, then that's really what SEO is all about. But I try to go full circle and make sure that traffic converts for you
okay,
because
okay,
traffic is just
okay,
half the battle. Once they get to your website, how do you get them to convert? Because a visitor doesn't really mean anything if they don't do any specific conversion goal. I mean, it looks good to get more visitors, but that doesn't do
okay,
much. If you usually have some reason why you want your website up there, you want them to give you a call, an email, maybe make a purchase, or maybe you
okay.
just want to inform them about something. And then in the future, you want them to do a specific action, or you want to influence how they're thinking about some specific topic and things like that.
Well, there are people, including myself, who will post. As a matter of fact, I post my podcast on social media. Especially on Facebook. Uh, LinkedIn, Instagram. To make sure that it gets out there. But maybe I should ask you this question: when should you post on social media? When? What is a good time or good whatever to post on social media?
That just depends on your audience and when they're engaged. If you're doing like a concert hall, you probably want to
Mm-hmm.
post on Friday, Saturday, Sunday to let people know about the events for the
Oh,
weekend,
okay.
music going on. Or like if you're a bar, you want to probably do the weekends or late at night versus someone selling like parenting,
Oh, okay.
like new like parenting clothing for babies and stuff like that. You probably want to post maybe in the mornings when the parent is maybe get some time away from their child, like maybe in the afternoon or in the early morning or the early evening. But it's all about just trial and error to see what works best with your audience because every audience is going to be different. Even if we're both
Mm-hmm.
selling the same exact thing, our audiences might be somewhat different, different time zones that you have to account for, West Coast versus East Coast versus global. So you just really have to understand who your audience is and when they're engaged and active, and then post at those times because it's not really a set formula. I mean, most people say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday between 9
Mm-hmm.
a.m. and 11 a.m., but that's not a one size fits all. That's just more general kind of business. When Mondays, people are catching up on emails. Fridays, people are
Okay.
kind of checking out, getting ready for the weekend. Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
Thursdays are when people are ready to like work. But it just depends what you're offering. If you're doing something fun and engaging, you probably don't want to post when they're working. You want to post later in the evening when they're kind of relaxed, and you could hopefully tap into when they want to do some extracurricular activities that might include what your service or product is offering.
Okay. Well, tell me, how can someone who actually has a website and they're marketing maybe the books, they're marketing, t-shirts or whatever it is, how do you turn these followers who may be following you into sales? How do you do that? And I know you talk about it a little bit, but can you kind of talk about it and for listeners of this podcast?
Yeah, you could have a bunch of followers on social media, but if they're not converting, then it doesn't do much. Just like we were talking about your website traffic, if you get a bunch of people to your website, but they're not doing anything, that doesn't do much good for you. So, you gotta make sure your followers on social media engage, and hopefully go to your website and do whatever specific conversion action you want them to do. If you want them to listen to your podcast, that's their conversion action. If you want them to download it, if you want their emails, if you want them to click on an ad, whatever it is, those are your conversion actions, and you want to try to get people to convert. And that's where you have to offer value, offer good content, offer a call to action to incentivize people to leave social media and go onto your website. But really having a offering value and having a good call to action is going to get people to hopefully trust you more and then want to work with you and use your product or service.
Now, if someone has a website and they want to get more information on it, and I'm asking you this question now for listeners out there who may have a website and who is interested in, you know, optimizing it uh, to the point where it can be a more beneficial to them. How do they contact you, or uh, what? How can they find you to say, Brandon? I like to use you, or I need your help on this. Could you give us some information? Do you have any pamphlets, book, or website that someone can go to?
So for anyone that wants to learn more, I create a special gift for them if they go to my website at seooptimizers.com. That's seooptimizers.com/gift. They can find that there along with my contact information and a bunch of classes I've done over the years I've thrown up for free. And also, if they want to book some time on my calendar, happy to check out their website from an SEO point of view and see what's working, what's not working, and they can book some time on my calendar for free there as well.
Okay. And I assume there is a fee. I won't ask you that now, but somebody who's interested, they could find that on your website too? Or will that be a matter for them to book? And once they book, then they can get more information from you on pricing or fees or whatever it is, uh, depending upon what they want done. Is that basically the way it works?
No, it's a free website analysis. I don't charge for that. And then
Okay.
I give them a roadmap and let them know what will work, what won't work, and kind of let them know here's a good strategy. And then we could talk about if we want to work together, how much it would cost. But initially, it's all free.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Listeners, don't go in a place because I'm going to ask um, Brandon a couple more questions. This is a really interesting interview today, very informal. And Brandon, I'm really excited about you agreeing to come on this podcast to share. This is not typical the type of session that I do, but I'm excited. Because I realize that there are folks who use social media. As a matter of fact, people who are listening to my podcast uh, are on social media. Uh, they either get it from email, they get it from Facebook, LinkedIn, some way, and so they are using it. So I think this is really be very helpful to some of them. What are some of the best, I guess? Oh, let me ask the question this way: what is search engine optimization? Because I hear that all the time. The search engine. What is that, and how does that work?
Search engine optimization is ranking websites on Google. So when you search on Google, there's ads at the top. Those are all
Okay.
paid ads, but right below the ads are the organic listings. And that's what SEO is all about, is getting your website listed in the organic with the listings on Google. There's 10 spots on that first page of Google. And we're trying to make sure that you show up when people search for your keywords in Google, that your website ranks, not where the ads are, but right below the ads into the organic, the free listings.
Okay. Okay. So now I'm hearing you mention a lot about 10 keywords. Is it 10 keywords? The optimal words. What about 8, 10 words, or 12, 10 words? I mean, 12 words. What's what is it with the 10? Is that just something that's related to Google?
No, no, no. I said there's 10 websites on that first page of Google. So when you search on Google, there's 10 websites that appear.
Oh, okay.
And
And,
you can
and
have as many keywords on your website as you like. The more keywords, the better. I would not hold back because you want to try to rank for as many targeted keywords that are relevant and
Uh,
have buyer intent that are going to bring in targeted visitors. But when you search on Google, there's 10 websites that are listed on the organic, the free listings.
and that's automatic. So if you want to be a part of that 10 website, then that's what you help the uh, people who have websites do. Try to to be a part of this
Correct.
10. Okay, okay,
Try to get them that free traffic from Google so they don't have to
okay,
spend money on paid ads.
okay, okay. Now the other thing you talk about is your website analytics. How does that work?
We want to track everything. That we could see where your traffic's coming from, what pages they visit, how long they stay on your website, which blogs they read, which podcasts they listen to, which products they look at on your website. And using tools like Google Analytics will show you all that information. And it's a free
Okay,
tool, and I would recommend checking it out.
okay, okay. Now my uh, final questions to you is: what's the benefit of SEO? What's the benefit of that? And will you tell our listeners again what SEO stands for?
SEO benefit is getting more traffic to your website, and SEO is search engine optimization.
Okay, benefits is getting more uh, traffic to your websites, and is the SEO stands for search engine optimization. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this is awesome. Now, how do I set up Google and Facebook ads?
Well, you just set them all up and test and test and test so you can see what's working, what's not working. So you kind of throw everything against the wall, see what's working, push more money to that, pull money away from what's not working. So maybe you see males 30, 35 are clicking, but they're not
Okay.
converting. Stop spending money on that audience. Maybe
Oh, okay.
females 40 to 45 are clicking and converting. Let's
Uh-huh.
push more money to that audience. But it's all about testing and testing and testing and pushing more money to what works, pulling money away from what does not work, and scaling up. But you never know until you try.
Okay.
So it's really just trial and error with the ads initially, and then you can refine and optimize those campaigns to really hone in on your specific audience, so you're not wasting money on wasted clicks, essentially.
And you do all of that yourself? You
Yes,
okay?
if I help
Okay.
people, so I help other people doing
Okay.
that.
Okay. This is awesome. Is it just it's awesome. I'm excited to talk to you today, Brandon, and listeners. I hope you have gained something. I know all of us are on social media. We do lots of work. You're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and what have you. So I hope this will be of much interest uh, to you as you uh, move forward with your social media. Uh, Brandon, again, I want to just say thank you so much for sharing your information with us today. I know you got started in digital marketing in 2007 after graduating from college with your degree in business marketing. And your first job, you handle the marketing aspects of an e-commerce website. So you are very knowledgeable in this area, and I know that listeners will appreciate hearing from you. Again, thank you for coming and sharing with us today.
Thank you for having me on.